What's up, gang? This is my pickup I got today. It was a $50 pickup off Marketplace. It's a Japanese Pachislo machine, I think is how you say it. Not pachinko like I normally am messing with. Let me see if I can get it. Sorry about the busy background. There's just nothing I can do. And being in this field, everything's kind of busy. So I have played with it a little bit. The guy who I bought it from, he's also an arcade guy, so he we didn't have to play the song and dance and pretending like I didn't know what I was doing and he didn't know what he was doing, and it just needed a fuse. But stick around here and we are going to dig into this guy and see if we can get it working. Of course it doesn't work, because what is the fun of that? I'm not going to buy a machine that just works. It's too expensive. Stick around and we'll see if we can get it going.
I'm Walter Day, the father of esports, and you're watching Matty Mo's Arcade.
And you know how long it's been since I played Whac-A-Mole?
I'm getting ready to attack, fanny pack attached. Tokens are all stacked, got the mallet in my grasp. Waiting for the moles, hiding in their holes. Score, we're keeping tally, I'll be playing till they close now. Can't nobody beat my high score. You can't beat my high score. Can't nobody beat my high score. You can't beat my high score. I'm a mallet master, a single-fisted blaster. You can ask my baby, it starts slow then gets faster. I'm a record setter.
Alright, so I'll show you. I think he got it to do a little bit more than what I'm getting it to do, but I also poked around. I checked the fuses. Let's see if I can show you where I checked. It's going to get this light a little bit better for us too. Let's see if I can aim a little better. I don't want to blow us out either. Okay, a little better. So right, I moved the camera. Right here we have an on-off switch. Where's my finger? Right there. So you can flip that on, and if you slowly lift it up, you can hear the hopper start. But as soon as it starts, it cuts out. And I thought maybe when he did it at his house, it went a little bit longer. I don't remember. And here in the door, like right in here, I see an LED that comes on for a second, about as long as the hopper comes on. And then I see another LED that stays on. And he did show me down here, next to the hopper, I assume that this is the power supply here. I did check these 3 fuses. He said that he could wiggle these connectors and sometimes the reels would spin. And he also said there was some corrosion on there, which, yeah, there definitely was. I cleaned up that corrosion, and I was afraid maybe there was a board or a battery on the board, which is here. It slides out. There wasn't anything holding it in other than the connectors. And I checked it, there's no battery on it. And then I did find corrosion like in a pool. Let me get you a little bit closer so you can see what I'm talking about. And right here you can see it kind of running down this kind of board or whatever. So it pooled underneath here, and I'm assuming leaked here, or it dripped down from somewhere up here. But I also found corrosion on this connector right here that I cleaned up. So I'm not sure if there was a battery per se that leaked, but regardless of what kind of leaking it was, it wasn't good. So I need to find the source of that and find out what the problem is. But right now I'm still going through my ASAP method, and always start at power. And I am working my way back. I'm going to check. I need to find a good place to check voltages and see if I'm getting power, if I'm getting all the power I need to get, and where it's stopping, if it is. But I'm going to start down here, and then, actually, I take that back. I'm going to start up here because the cord from the wall comes in the back of the game into this box. And it's also where the power switch is. So that's where I'm going to start for our search of power. See if maybe there's a fuse or anything maybe that's out on that. And then, but we will come back to this gross corrosion juice. And I think at the end we might re-theme this. It's Eve. I don't know if that's gonna fly, but maybe we can put a Matty Mo's Arcade logo there, and then we can get some stickers and change the reel or something just for the time being. So I'm not a big fan of the theme there, but well, let's see if we can get it going. I'm gonna keep digging. I'll let you know what's happening. So this is the problem here. This is where all that corrosion ended up. I don't think it's where it came from because it looks like it just kind of pooled there, unless it's sucking from a battery somewhere, and because there is that leakage here. If there's a battery or something in here leaking, I don't know if it just ran down this like this is happening and landed on this board. I'm assuming that's what happened. Yeah, would have fell straight down on this. So that's gross. And like I said, I don't know if it's like it's not actually battery acid when we say it's acid damage, but it's battery leakage. But I need to clean that up. As I don't. That's bad. See if any traces are eaten up in this crap here. And so I guess I need to desolder this. Ugh, man, what a pain in the butt. But it came out from underneath this because I checked in this box up here, which I have down here, and those fuses were all good. The switch was good. Everything checked out and looked good in here. And you can see here where the power comes in, if I can focus. The power comes in there, but it doesn't come straight to this box like I thought. It actually does come down here first and then runs through a connector in the back straight up to here into the front. So I was a little wrong on that, and it looked good from the bottom. And then when I flipped it over, this is actually clear here, and you can see some corrosion there. It's probably pooled, ran back there. Ugh. No, I'm not even showing it. Where is it? There. So anyway, that's the next step. So we will get on this and see what we can do to clean it up. That is so appetizing. All right, I bet. All right, what's up, gang? I'm back. It's been actually like 2 days, 2 full days I've been working on this since my last little clip. I just went back and rewatched it. It's almost embarrassing because I just how little I knew about these things and how much I know now, and I don't know much. So I have gone through this thing like quite a bit. I know some problems I'm having, and I've come up with some solutions, but I'm still pretty far away from having it done. I actually thought I was done. Let me just go ahead and explain. So where I was at is kind of searching for voltages, and I had found some corrosion down here in this bottom board, and that was the last clip that I showed you guys, was that really nasty stuff that was in here. Well, there ended up being some just some spots where the corrosion rotted out the solder points, and a couple traces that weren't good. So I patched some of that up. I found out that I wasn't getting anything except for 5 volts and AC. So the game wasn't going to boot up, but it was like starting to get better and better every time. Still wasn't getting any 20 volts, but um, I was getting at least the speakers to work, but no sound coming through them. I made the mistake of hooking up the I don't think I can show you from here, but back behind here, there's 2 wires, and they're for a sensor for when the hopper gets full and starts overflowing. Well, I hooked those 2 wires up, and in the middle of the night, this thing came to life. All these lights up here came on. The alarm started going off, and I was able to find there's a a little PCB here on the side of the speaker, and it's got 2 switches, so you can turn the volume down. I was able to get it down and get the game turned off. So earlier tonight, where I was at was I was coming back to this because I haven't got a chance to like pull the connectors all the way off because my Haco is really dirty, or my desoldering gun. So I started taking it apart and cleaning it. That's a whole nother fiasco, and it's still not back together right. So that's going to be next. I'm going to get underneath those and 100% look through there. But I'm starting to get the 30 volts and the other voltages to go through the game. This last time I powered it on, I did not have sound for some reason. That was the only thing that I lost. But up here, all these lights lit up there, and I think over here, and the number over here, which was on 4 for setting the what do you call it? Like the odds. Let me pull it off here. So the number 4 was for the odds. I noticed that the number 4 started looking funny, and let's see if I can turn it. Okay, cool. I can turn it on while I'm filming. Then I started smelling something, so I shut the game off. And you see, this was already like this, but these couple resistors here started to go. So I think maybe there's something bridged, and the solder work that I did on the the board down here. I don't know that for 100%, or if maybe it was just their time to go. I just really don't know. But one thing I know for sure is these connectors down here. The let me pull one off, see if I can show you. They're just really corroded, and I was able to like pull the pins out and kind of try to clean them. And let's see, that one's not that bad. So I was able to kind of clean them one on one, but they're just toast. And I don't have any pins here. They're at the arcade. I kind of got it cleaned up off of there, but I'll try to show you here. Ooh, it's gonna be really grainy for a second. Need some light. Need some light. All right. Well, basically, you can see on the sides of these pins, or you could. I've already cleaned it off, but they're just right in the middle. Is really bad, and just so happens to be the 24 volts or 30 volts. It's coming through at 30 volts, but I think it's the 24 volt line there. That's where that is, and that's why I was having a problem with it. So I'm going to start with, I'm going to have to put this aside because we have real work to do. We had customers waiting on stuff. I didn't expect to spend so much time on this. I was just kind of doing it to kill some time this morning, and then next thing I know, here we are, and it's 3. It's almost 4 in the morning now. So this will be it for a day or so on this one, at least a couple days, because I want to order those pins, and hopefully I can find them on Amazon and get them in a couple days. And let's see, other than that, oh, and some bulbs. There's so many of these bulbs that are out, so I wasn't sure if all the bulbs were out or if I wasn't getting power to it, but I eventually figured it out. I still am not sure what other voltages I need. There are manuals, but they're kind of like manuals for all of these Pachislo, whatever. And so they're just kind of like a generic overall for every brand. So I don't know. I'm just gonna have to kind of wing it and try to figure out what other voltages I have and what I'm gonna need. And I am getting closer though. It's like slowly getting there, slowly getting there. I found my little big box of tokens that my buddy Ralph gave me. So that's going to work out perfect for this until I can get some quarters. And these are from Gaddy's. I think that's how you say the name. If I could show you. Yeah, I think he found a bunch in a box of games, and he gave me kind of like a square, half a shoebox size full. So that'll work for this thing for now until we can get some. I wanted to run on real quarters, but actually I'll show you that too. the coin mech on this should be adjustable. There's that blue pot that's right there. So when I get this working, I should be able to adjust that and get it where it'll take quarters. And it'll probably take everything that's that size, but oh well, what are you gonna do? But anyway, this is at least we got to do something different for a day or so, and I will be back on this for sure because this is mine at the moment. I don't know how many people are actually into these and buy these, but I got a good deal on it. Just had it needed a lot of love. That acid damage or whatever that component was that leaked on there really did a number on it. But it's been a lot of fun. I'm learning a ton on these things. So the next one, hopefully, I'll have it running and I can just do kind of like a educational. These are the kinds of things I ran into, and you might have to do them. And there's like a reset thing that fixes almost every problem with this. Two different kinds of resets. So I'll show all that. Even it's all online though, but I figure I'd do it for my channel anyway. But that's that. We will be back on this one in a couple days. Stick around. So these two right here are going to be ground and 5 volt. So what do we get here? Did I not turn the game on? I didn't turn the game on. I guess that would help. Hang on.
Here it is, a nice little trade. The person I traded got what they wanted, I got what I wanted, and a pretty good deal on it too.
Super hang on. Get what I want.
That comes later.
Yeah.
Okay. It's on fire.
Whoa.
Lots of smoke.
Well, that's bad.
Yeah, well, thanks for watching.
When you take care of people, people take care of you in this community.
That's the truth.
So everyone, please remember that. Even if we're competitors, we're not enemies.